There we go. Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to this group session on inner child healing. So, I want you to find a safe, quiet place where you can not need to pay attention to your surroundings as much. So definitely don't listen to this while you're driving, operating heavy machinery, in a public setting. Pick somewhere safe and quiet to listen. And let's start by just kind of shaking things out a little bit, just so that whatever excess energies you've picked up, you've kind of had a chance to diffuse those. Run your finger over your ear, down on, shake it off. To the other side. That's a great way to draw off and diffuse any stress that's built up. So, taking a few deep breaths. And let's start with your hands over your heart. And just kind of prepare to feel things move and feel energy flow today. And feeling drawn to the neck. So you may want to cup a hand around back of your neck. There's a lot of emotion that can be carried in and built up around the spine. As we begin, if you're able to take off your shoes and sit somewhere so that you can bring the soles of your feet together, then your big toe side of your foot, if that makes sense, will be facing up. And then just kind of rub your fingers up and down along the side of your big toe. That top edge corresponds to the neck. You might feel a lot of tenderness, especially around that kind of big knobby bone that corresponds with the shoulders. And a lot of tension gets carried there. All right. So just rub that. You may even want to go up and down the whole foot. That corresponds to your entire spine. And I'm getting a sense for a kind of heaviness. Maybe rub for a minute down. Like if you follow the curve of your arch down to your heel, when you're almost to your heel, that's going to be low back. And I'm feeling, picking up on kind of some fear. Fear of moving forward because of feeling unsupported. Okay, so all right, we'll use the body to help with this emotion. So if you know how to do a Kegel, or if you imagine like you're in the middle of going to the bathroom, you want to stop the stream of pee for a minute, clench those muscles and release, and clench and release. And I want you, as you tighten those muscles, imagine kind of a bowl of support forming. And I want you to have, I would like to suggest for you, pulling in those muscles and saying out loud, if you're able, if you're somewhere quiet or in your mind, saying, I am here for you. I am here for you. One of the tremendous things about inner child work is learning how to let your present self be there for that inner child in the ways that your inner child did not receive when you were growing up. So I am here for you. Let everything relax. I am here for you. I am here for you. And you may even want to imagine your present self, or sometimes it's easier to imagine like a future higher self coming and standing next to your inner child. This little one is always with you. Picture yourself at the first age that comes to mind. It might be a 5-year-old, 3-year-old. For some people, it might even be as an infant. But imagine this older self coming and, get down close to the inner child, to your little you. Get down on one knee, sit on a chair, sit on the floor, kneel, put an arm around them, cradle them. And as you imagine this, continue to say, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. We will establish a sense of safety and trust by doing this with the inner child, and that will enable things to open up and really help us with the work that we're going to do for the rest of the session. Oh, just embrace that little one. And keep thinking, I am here for you. I am here for you. All right, let's do some tapping. So follow along and repeat after me. I am here now, ready to be aware of and to begin to take care of my sweet inner child. I love my inner child. I accept my inner child. So tapping on the sternum. And down on his side, I love my inner child. I accept my inner child. I may not have been here for them in the past. But now that I am aware, I choose to be here for them. I totally love and accept myself. I forgive myself. I support myself. I am here for my inner child. Okay, good. Now, close your eyes and allow yourself some nice deep breaths. You might want to move or rock as though you're rocking, soothing this sweet inner child. Feel a sense of bonding, just like if you were holding a little one close to your chest. And just breathe. Still feeling some issues with lack of support, and they are blending into a fear of moving forward. Okay, I wasn't expecting ancestral work, but I feel like for at least some of you, uh, part of what is hampering progress forward is that inner child is still hearing from some very negative ancestral voices. Okay, so present you've learned how to take care of yourself over the years, to be there. Um, even if you tend not to be a confrontational person, there have likely been moments in your life when you stood up against injustice, um, when you spoke up about something that needed to be said that wasn't right. I mean, it was right to speak up. You were speaking up against something that wasn't right. I want you to remember that moment, whether it was, Mama Bear coming out to defend a member of your family, um, that sense of injustice and standing up for what's right. If there was, something that wasn't okay in the workplace, like think back and feel that emotion for a minute. Kind of like go into that memory as deeply as you need to build up that sense of firmness and standing up for what's right. And now I want you to bring that and walk in and stand in between your inner child and these negative ancestral voices. It's feeling heavy. I'm sensing a lot of fear, but guys, it's a trained fear. Trained fear. So it's not an actual like you might be out and about and feel a sense of fear and realize there's actual danger approaching you. That's a healthy sense of fear. It's the fear that makes you want to like run from the animal that's attacking or whatever. But this fear is a trained fear. So ignore it. It is not what you need in this moment. Bring in that sense of standing up for justice, protecting somebody small and weak, and stand up to those negative ancestral voices in defense of your inner child. Tell them that they may not speak to your little one that way. You can even thank them, thank you for your concern. And I know that you've been doing your best. I don't need these messages from you anymore. You no longer have permission to talk to my little one this way. Keep that feeling of like power and standing up against the bully. And I want you to also notice the deep sense of relief that this little one feels. Almost like if there was this constant loud noise. And what a physical relief it is when the noise stops. That's almost like the little one. Your little one has been covering their ears, not wanting to hear this constant stream of negativity and abuse from the ancestral voices. And now it's stopped. And it's this beautiful, peaceful silence. Little one drops their hands off their ears, looks up at you with so much gratitude. So there's two different things we need to tap in. We're going to start with our little one. So repeating after me, coming from the position of the little one, feeling that gratitude and relief that those negative voices have stopped, and knowing that present you or future you is here now to defend them and to take care of them. So from the perspective of your little one, repeating after me, I am safe. I am worthy. I deserve protection. I receive it now. I am safe. I am worthy. I deserve protection. I receive it now. I am safe. I am worthy. Okay, back down the sternum. I am love. Say again. I am love. Good. Mm. Shake out. Oh, now if you feel the need to yawn or stretch or to pop a joint, those are all signs that you're clearing emotion and that things are moving. So go ahead and, lean into that if your body gives you that signal. So now, present you, or if you feel like you need to call in future you to take care of your inner child, what we are going to tap in is that sense of strength and sometimes we struggle to set a boundary because we don't have the emotional energy for it, or we're not sure if it's justified. This moment of standing up to the bullies that have been harming your inner child, we are tapping in all of the sense of strength and um, and like wholly being in the right, of that sense of justice and standing up for the weak, and a sense of ability and and stewardship. Guys, it's your job to take care of your little one. So getting that feeling of that strength and that, justice and standing up for what's right. Sit up or stand up really straight while you do this. That's also going to convey to your body that sense of power and strength and being in the right, standing up for the weak. I am here. I am now. I am ready to care for my little one. They deserve my love. They are worthy of my care. I am strong and able and up to the task. I am here to care for my little one. I am strong and able. I am ready for the task. Okay, back to the heart. I love my little one. I love my little one. Okay, good job, you guys. Okay, that's very sweet. So, so after like an intense moment, even if things have gone well, a little child would need like some comfort and some help processing those emotions. Some of the things in this world that happened to us when we were little, before the filter of the critical mind formed, things were just going straight into our little minds, unfiltered. And some things just seemed so intense. We didn't even know how to process it or what to do with it. So, this moment of intensity of standing up to the ancestral voices. This could have been a loved one. This could have been a caregiver. This could have been somebody that the child still needed in their lives. And so it's such a relief to have the noise of that constant negativity stopped. But it feels like that little one, I think for everybody, needs some comfort, needs some help processing that moment because there's relief in those voices stopping and there's still some fear. Am I gonna be okay? Who's gonna take care of me? So, oh, just like a really warm, soft blanket. Imagine just wrapping that around the little one's shoulders, down on the ground right in front of them. I'm here for you now. I will take care of you now. You're going to be okay. And just give them a hug. Okay. So your inner child needs to be heard. Imagine hugging your little child and ask them, how do you feel right now? This might be a difficult one to get an answer on because it is often the case that as children, we basically get trained not to express how we're feeling, not to rock the boat, not to upset our caregivers. So now you're going to give this little one the opportunity to be heard. That was an intense moment. Give them a hug and ask, how are you feeling? I'm just going to keep moving some energy for you guys, but take that moment, listen, stick with it. If your little one doesn't have an answer, then try, what do you want? Because they may want to pound, they may want to eat, they may want a hug, and then go back to, how are you feeling? And don't give up. Stick with your little one. Be there for them. Take some time to hear them. And I'll just be moving some energy while you do that. So all right, give me more time. You're having a good conversation. Process it. If you're ready to move on, take a minute to kind of shake things off, stretch your cardio, removing some bad things today. Now, okay, there's some meridian points that I want you to put hands on. So take your right hand and cross it and put it under your armpit, kind of on your rib cage. Then take your left hand and put it like on the outside of your elbow. And just hold that for a minute. That's yeah, that's just going to move some energy. When you're feeling stressed or out of balance, this is a really subtle way to work on that. Because unless somebody's paying really close attention, it looks like you're just standing there with your arms folded, right? You could sit in a meeting this way. I mean, try to have a thoughtful look on your face while you do it if you're in a meeting. don't, don't look bored or defensive. But anyway, this does double duty. You're helping to move energy. And I want you to also set the intention that this is a way of embracing your inner child. So when you are upset, when you're feeling triggered, if you're feeling overwhelmed or scared, I want you to experiment this week with, in those moments when you notice that you're feeling a strong emotion, even do it when there's a lot of joy, because what we're trying to do here is to establish connection again between you and your inner child. And so, just like we did a few minutes ago, you can ask, what are you feeling? What do you need? And, like, there was once, I don't remember what I was upset about. I paused and I asked my inner child, what do you need, sweetheart? She was like, I want a cake. And so, I don't eat that way. I don't eat sugar. But we imagined. So if what comes to mind seems ridiculous or impossible or silly, if your inner child wants to go to the moon, okay, take a minute. It doesn't have to be like this long, hour-long game of imagination. Like, that might be really cool if you took the time to do that, but you also could just pause for a minute and just in your mind be like, okay, awesome, I've got a spaceship right here, and climb on and go to the moon. As you do those things, whether it's just really basic stuff like, oh, I need a hug, or I'm scared, and comforting your little one, take the time to do that. It's only going to take a few seconds. That'll start to build some awareness and some connection for people that have had issues with like intuition, clarity, self-love. The practice of connecting with your inner child and paying attention and listening to what they want is going to have some great effects on some of these other issues. I think you might be excited to see what can happen. So let's rotate the spine a little bit. Maybe roll the shoulders. Oh, there we go. Okay. that went by really fast, but I feel like we've cleared a lot, and I've given you definitely enough homework to work on during this week. So have some fun with that and just keep that eye open of awareness to the changes that you start to experience. But one of the biggies is going to be building up strength within yourself and trust and integrity with yourself. You may also find things like boundary issues and handling conflict becoming easier for you as you practice paying attention to your inner child and asking what they need. So I'm excited for you guys. Have so much fun with this, and I will see you next time.